Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada on Monday morning. It is June 2nd, and we're going to kick off the first week of June with a brand new product suite. I'm super excited about this one. It's called Celebratory Sips, and it came out in the online exclusives, and it has, oh, you're going to want all the parts of this one. How are you doing? How was your weekend? I had a busy weekend, but I got lots done. I got my scrapbook pages designed. Card Club is designed, and we're getting it ready to go. So lots of productivity over here. I got out for walks every day. So I feel good. A little bit tired this morning, just because when you do paper crafting right before bed or close to bed, do you find you go to bed and you're thinking about things? I actually was waking up with ideas in my head. I should keep a notebook on my nightstand to write down my ideas. Hi, TJ. Hi, Rebecca. Hello, hello. Hi, Leanne. Thank you for being here. Hi, France. Good to see you all with me. Hello, Lexina. And Elaine is here. Wow. Thank you all for taking the time to come see me today. Barbara says it's nice and warm in Northeast. Was that Wisconsin? It flies by. Yeah, Wisconsin. Good morning, Brenda. Hi, Barbara. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Cindy from Indiana. Hello, Carla Lake. Hello, hello, everyone. Alrighty, let's flip the camera. Global Design Project. I forgot to print the sheet. Did I print the sheet? No, I didn't, because I had so many things to print today. It's the beginning of the month. It's the theme challenge this week, and it's the theme of animals. Okay, so I was like, okay, I wanted to do celebratory sips, and celebratory sips, when I show you the paper, it's all about fancy drinks and margaritas and all of those types of things. And I'm like, how do I pivot this and use my celebratory sips suite with animals? So I'll share with you what I'm going to do. I figured it out. I think I did. I know I did. I've got the card made, so I want to share this one with you. And it's so fun to use your supplies in different ways, right? The ways that they're not intended. And that's indeed what I did with this card. Alrighty. How are you? Hi, Randy. Hello, Jennifer. Usually I can't sleep, France said. Oh, I get it. I hear you. We've had some crazy heat last week, so I think this week's going to be nice and cool. So should be better for sleeping. I'm not sure how hot it is where you are, France, but hopefully that hot spell we went through. I think we broke records on Friday and Saturday. Crazy. But anyway, we're back to normal, manageable temperatures now. Okay, let's flip the camera and get started on this fun card today. Here we go. Flipping you and turning you down to my work surface. All right, there's the Celebratory Sips Suite Code 165600. I put these little die cuts here, but I need to color in my umbrella. I'll get that done. Okay, so Celebratory Sips. Let's see what's included in this suite. I printed off a screen capture of all the products in the suite. We've got the bundle, designer series paper. I'm going to show you these to you real life. There's a double pack of embossing folder. We've got holographic resin gems, and there's the dies, and we've also got this beautiful gold mesh ribbon. Okay, so let's bring in the supplies. Let's bring in the bundle first. I'll show you what it looks like. So you're going to have all of your photopolymer stamps, and check it out. Check out the dies. There's so many. Oh, I forgot to type my little thing up there, letting me know how many. I like to put on there on my magnetic platform how many dies are in the set, so that when I'm cleaning up, I know if I've got them all. So down here it says there's a set of 15, so hopefully I've got them all. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Okay, ooh, I got them all. All right, so that's the bundle that comes with it. The embossing folders, we're going to play with these today. These are called Glass and Gardens embossing folders, and it's a double set of 2. I think I showed them to you last week. I can't remember. This one here kind of looks like icicles hanging down, and then this beautiful grid. And then we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous floral accent here. Love these folders. All right, so we got that. Hello, Bonnie. Hi, Betty. Thank you all for being here. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to those people who were able to join me on the Zoom call on Saturday and got your starter kit, took advantage of that amazing deal. Now, the starter kit is always the best deal. So if you're just watching me, just finding out about Stampin' Up, and you want to get all of this stuff in your starter kit, you only pay $135. It's always $135, no shipping, and no tax in most provinces. And right now, as always, you can choose $165 of whatever you want. Now, this Celebratory Sips bundle or suite, the entire suite, all the products I'm going to show you is $107. Okay, so $107.75. So that means you can choose an additional products to get up to $165. So still a good deal. Let's bring in the Celebratory Sips paper. So we've got some beautiful colors. This one here we're going to use today, and it's got Blackberry Bliss and Bubble Bath and Old Olive. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And there's the back side of that one. We've got an Old Olive pattern. We're actually going to use both sides of this paper today. Then we've got I think I might have shown this to you on Friday. I can't remember. We'll look at it again for those of you who weren't with me last time. Hello, Debbie Gass. Hi, Lena Beck. Good to see you. Hi, Nancy. Hello, Krista. Hello, Wendell. Good morning. Hello, Maureen from Oakville. Hello, Joy. Shirley Ann. Hello, Sweet Marie. Hi, Leanne. I'm glad you're using the Sips bundle. I've not tried it yet. Oh, it's a gorgeous bundle. Okay, little mini flowers. The back side of that one, check it out, our new Timid Tiger diagonal stripes. Then we've got this one here with all of the things, right? We've got some little orange rind, lemons, cherries, some mint, limes, all of the things to dress up your fancy drinks. And the back side of this one has our new Secret C. I'll let the camera focus on it so you can see the nice little pattern there with the dots. Love this nice neutral pattern. Check out this design. This one has all of the smaller drinks. A little pitcher of lemonade, our pink lemonade and regular lemonade, some sangria. Oh my gosh, so pretty, right? And the back side has our strawberry slush with the dots. Love this color. Okay, and check out this one. I love, love, love this. Okay, so this one, let me bring in the bundle and share with you, because you're probably wondering, yes, the answer is yes. These dies cut out all of these drinks here. So these ones here, you can cut out your fancy drinks that already have some stuff done to them, lemon in them. See these? So these two will cut out all of these drink cups. Okay, so then let's see. And that's what I did up here. I actually cut these out of the DSP, and then I went ahead and I did the little umbrella and the mint and the cherries and put them in the cups, right? So that's this pattern. The flip side of that one has this gorgeous Blackberry Bliss pattern, and I think that's Strawberry Slush. Lynn says, my favorite bundle, and I've made so many cards already. Yeah, it's beautiful. I can see why you've made a lot of cards. Love this one. Hi, Mary. Mary joined with Christine. Yay. Welcome to the Stampin' Up family. Best deal ever. Hi, Susan. Good day to you and all the sunshine. Thank you so much, Susan. Look at this pattern here. I love what they've done here. They've gone from all the yellows to oranges and pinks, and then they've blended it all the way up to like Blackberry Bliss. And then I love this. It's like a wash of color, right? And that's exactly what it is, like watercolor. So then you can take those dies again and use these as the background, right? So if you want to do your watercoloring, you can totally do watercoloring on watercolor paper. Or if you want to use your DSP, you can put your dies over top. You can get short glasses and tall glasses, right? So we've got squares and rectangles. Alrighty, so that's that pattern. Or you could just leave the pattern the way it is and cut it into strips and have it as a decoration on your scrapbook page or your card. Lots of possibilities with this design. The flip side of that one has our new cloud cover with little starry shapes here, a starry design. So that is the paper. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And tomorrow, we're going to be starting a new sale. Stampin' Up! Has a sale, goes live starting at midnight tonight. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's June 3rd, right? Yeah, okay. I had to stop and think. The suite, anything in the suite, okay, whether it's in the catalog or online exclusive, when you buy one, you get the second item half price. And it's like any kind of buy one, get one sale you see out in the stores. Your second item that's going to be half price is the lesser expensive, right? So as long as it's in a suite, it qualifies. TJ says, do you think if you use glossy accents or crystal effects on the glasses, it'll look like real glass? Probably. Yep, absolutely. No, we don't sell that anymore, but if you guys have that, you know, you can use it. If you don't have what TJ's talking about, no worries. You can get the same effect by just taking your Versamark pad, putting it over the glasses, and putting some clear embossing powder on it to make it shiny. You could even use my packing tape method, and cover over your glasses and cut them through the dies and make shine that way, right? There's lots of options. I love teaching you any kind of techniques that I learn along the way. Okay, so that's the paper, that's the bundle. I've shown you the folders. What else do we have in this suite? You're going to get all of this stuff. When you put that one item code in, you're going to get all of these things. Now, this is the ribbon. Check out the shine and glimmer and glitz on this ribbon. I love it. Okay, so it's called Gold Striped Mesh, 3/8 inch mesh ribbon. Wink of Stella looks great on the ice cubes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You don't have to drink alcohol. Yeah, Katie says, I see lots of cute cards with this set. I don't drink alcohol. You don't think you use this one, but this could be anything. It could be lemonade. It could be non-alcoholic drinks. It could be any kind of summery, slushy drink, right? I don't drink much alcohol either because it makes me want to fall asleep. But, you know, you can still make lots of nice summery drinks, summery picnic drinks. This is the holographic resin dots. Now here's a full pack, what it looks like. This is me using some of mine, but they're beautiful. They look a little bit like they've got so much shimmer and shine to them. They look, I can't picture the word. They look holographic. Is that the word? Well, yeah, they're called holographic rose. Duh, it's Monday. I need more coffee. You get 3 different sizes, and in the package, you're going to get 190 of these gorgeous gems. I love it. You know, sometimes it's nice to have a package of gems that are all the same color, because sometimes when you get packages of gems with like 5 different colors or 3 different colors, you run out of one, and then you're like, oh, I need to buy more just for that one color. But this one, holographic resin dots, you get all the same texture, color, but then you can also color these with your blends and make them whatever color you want. I store mine in these clear containers that Stampin' Up! Sells, the clear cases, and then I take one of each gem. I need to put my label on here and put it on the spine because I stack them on my desk like this, side, 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 like that, and then it's easy. I'm very visual, so when I know what bling I want, I look on the spine and I can grab it. Alrighty, I think I've shown you all the parts of the suite. Let's take a look. Let's do this card. Okay, I didn't print the global design graphic, but it is a theme of animals, and in the graphic they have a mouse, a bird. I forget what other animal, but you can choose whatever animal you want. So what I've done is I'm bringing in. This is our Cow Builder Punch. This Cow Builder Punch is leaving. It's on the last chance list. Oh boy, I checked, it's still available and it's on sale. It's regular $33 in Canada, marked down to $23.10. Cow Builder. And the matching stamp set's also on sale. But I'm not going to use the stamp set because I'm using the Celebratory Sips. So I'm going to send you your cow already put together. Yes, I am, because I don't want the little bits to get lost, and I'm going to put them together for you. I can't send you stamped images, but I can send you stuff that like cardstock pieces, right? So we're going to make a cow first. Let's do that. We've got our pieces. I've already punched out. I've got a pecan pie. He's going to sit this way. You can turn him whichever direction. So I popped in here from the back. I popped in a strip of pecan pie, cut out that one. I cut out a pecan pie head. Let me grab my scraps here. Sorry, I'm just going to grab my little charcuterie board. Here we go. I call it a charcuterie board. This comes with the Glass Mat Studio. If you guys have never seen, this is what I'm stamping on. I love this surface. I love it so much. So you get this little silicone mat with it, and I use it to hold all my little bits. So I've got a cow head, that was punched out of the top part over here. This little oval kidney bean kind of looking shape, that is his snout. So we need one of those. And then over here on this side, I cut little strips. Here, I've actually got some still on my desk. I just cut these little like 1/2-inch strips and I pop them in to my punch like that. And then I just go ahead and punch these out like that. And then you can move along. And then you don't have so many pieces flying all over your desk, right? So we need 2 of those. Actually, that one didn't cut properly. Let's go in and get another one. All right, so we need 2 of those. They look like little paw prints, but I'll show you how this goes together. So 2 of those, and then this thing at the top or at the side over here that looks like the letter C, that's gonna be his horn. So these are the parts of the cow that we're gonna put together. And remember I said I'm gonna try and make this card so that you don't need to have, I'm sure lots of you already have this punch because it is super popular. So if you're new, oh my gosh, add this to your starter kit, add it to your order because you're gonna love having this little punch. So I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Write marker because I'm not using the stamps. I'm gonna use this marker, the black marker, to add some accents, okay? So first thing I wanna do is I'm going to give him a little black on his hoofs down here, and then this snout. So the snout, I'm going to turn my marker and use the fine tip. I'm going to do a couple little nostrils like that, and then we're going to do a little tiny smile, little smirk like that. And my horns, we're just going to leave them like that and just do a couple little V's. Super easy, right? And then let's bring in my liquid glue. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the tail. Ooh, let's get all the dried bits off my glue. It's Monday morning and I can't say it's been sitting there because I've been using it all weekend, but you know, overnight it tends to dry up a little bit. Okay, so we put that on the tail. Now we're going to grab one of these little tail bits and put it over top, just like that. I'm using the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool. And then the other one is going to go at the top of his head like that. Love that. Okay, but first I'm going to add a little tiny bit of glue to the horns like that. We're going to take the cow's head and put it on top. Now the horns are in behind. And then we're going to put his little tuft of hair at the top of his head. Pick that up with my my Take Your Pick tool. And there we go. And last but not least, we're going to put that snout down here at the bottom of the head. See how easy this comes together? Once you have all your pieces cut out, you can make a bunch of cows and just have them for when you need them, right? Okay, so there's that. Now my cow has no eyes, so we're going to bring in my black marker and just do a little circle eye there and a little circle eye there and do a little kind of eyelash over top. So cute. Okay, so last but not least, now we're just going to put the head on our cow. So we're going to put a little glue there, pick up the whole thing, and pop that on the top. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It didn't take very long to come together, right? Okay. Cutie patootie. We'll leave him right there. So this is how I'm going to play along with the challenge for my animal part of my card. So now we get to play with all the Celebratory Sips stuff, and we're going to make another kind of farm item. Just watch and see. Okay, let's start with the basics. We have our, see. I'm just getting a weird message come through there. Okay, I forgot to turn my notifications off. Great idea, putting the gem on the spine. What did I do? Oh, on the spine. Oh, that's the case. Yes, okay. A wobbler would be perfect. Yes, Melanie, if you have wobblers, yep, go ahead and use them on the head of that cow. It would be an awesome addition. Okay, so we're using Old Olive for the card base. Then we're going to bring in Blackberry Bliss. I love this color. So beautiful color. Such a beautiful color. We're going to emboss the top portion of this Blackberry Bliss using the Glass and Gardens folder, the one with the grid. I'm calling it like a grid, and the icicles. I'm definitely going to be using this one for icicles come Christmas and winter time, right? but we're going to use the top portion, and we're going to bring in our Blackberry Bliss, line this up with the line. So when you get folders, there's usually a Stampin' Up! Logo, and there's a line here. You can use that as a guide to keep your cardstock straight. So we're going to put that against the edge of my cardstock, against that line, and then against the top of the folder, and keep it straight, and then close up your folder. And then we're going to run it through the machine. Now, this is a regular folder. By regular, I mean like it's not a 3D, so it's not an extra thick. So for regular folders, you just need 2 clear plates. So we're going to bring in my machine. Now, I'm going to be using, this is a big piece of cardstock, and I want to always, if I can, put the spine through the machine first. So this is why I'm using my Big Boss, because I'm putting a big piece of cardstock through, right? So I need that 6-inch platform. We have platform number 1, and then we have one of our clear plates, and then we have our top plate. Okay, so 2 of your clear plates. So I want to put my folder down gently so it does, that cardstock does not move, because you want this to be straight. If it comes out crooked, you're not going to like it. I'm sure of it. So just take the extra time to make sure your cardstock stays put, and then we're going to roll it through. Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful folder. Sherry, the wobblers, we talked about those last week. You can get them on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and type in the word wobbler, they'll all come up. And you can choose whatever size, how many you want in a package. They have lots of options. Okay, so let's put the folder back. And we've got, check out that texture. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so nice. Okay, so for the bottom of this, we're going to bring in a piece of that Designer Series paper with the flowers. I want to feature the Blackberry Bliss and the bubble bath, so we're going to put that at the bottom of this layer. Bring in my liquid glue, add a little bit here. And I really wanted to use all of the products on my card as much as I could, right, for this one card. So I think I'm going to do it. Okay, so we've got our little floral bits at the bottom. And then I was just like so smitten with the ribbon because it's so shiny and so perfect. I wanted to add a little bit of ribbon going across the front of my card. So I'm just going to use about a 5-inch strip, and that'll come in your kit. So you can do this exactly the way I'm showing you. So we'll just snip off about 5 inches, and we're going to attach that with our tear and tape sandwich. So we're going to grab a little bit of this. So I need 4 strips. So I'm going to put, my friend Christine taught me this, 2 on my hand and 2 on the back. So flip this over, and we're going to put this right here and right here. A burnish, and lift up your the backing of it. And then what I want to do is take the ribbon. I find it easier to hold the cardstock in my hand so I can see where I'm placing it. So I'm just going to use my thumbs and line that up. I love how it looks with the Blackberry Bliss cardstock behind it. That solid color makes that gold really pop. So we're just going to wrap it around and touch on that glue strip at the back from the tear and tape, and do the same thing on this side over here. And then when I flip it over, so I'm happy with the front, and that's what everybody's going to see. So then when I flip it over, we're going to take our other bits of tear and tape and put right over top of these strips of ribbon. So this is going to do double duty. It's going to hold down my ribbon. It's also going to help me to anchor this onto the card front. All right, so we do this extra step because you don't want ribbon sliding out from where it is, right? Isn't that pretty? That ribbon is gorgeous. Okay, so there we've got, stay put, tear and tape. There we've got the back. Now we're just going to go ahead and fill in all the other edges with quite a bit of liquid glue, because this is colored cardstock, which is more forgiving than white for the rippling effect. And it's also been embossed. So you want to make sure you've got enough glue on there so that it's not going to lift off the front of your card. All right, here we go. We're putting this down, pulling all the coordinating colors in, the old olive, the Blackberry Bliss, the gold, so pretty. All righty, we've got our cow and we've got our card front. Next, what we want to do is, I'm going to send this part to you, but I want to share with you how I'm going to prep this. So I've got a big piece of cardstock here. I've got, remember the same pattern we're using? I'm going to use the back side, and I turned it so that these little horizontal lines, so that it kind of looks like grass. All right. So, did I do that right? Yeah. Okay. It's old olive. It could be regular old olive cardstock, but I want to use the DSP because I thought it has a nice design. So we're going to use that. We're going to put this at the bottom because we're going to die cut through the DSP and the white piece. So we're going to put this at the kind of towards the bottom. And what I'm going to do is bring in, these are my, I think these are my favorite dies. The Spotlight on Nature. We're going to use this big one. Okay. So you're going to get this big one, and it's going to be cut like this. We're going to take that piece. I'm going to take that piece and cut it like this. Okay. So we're going to have grass at the bottom of our circle and then white up at the top. So let's bring in some tear Post-it tape. Hold this down because I don't want it to move. Okay, so you see how I did that? I stuck the DSP down onto the cardstock. And then Lynn says, do you find your putty on your take your pick tool gets hard? I usually put the lid back on, Lynn, but sometimes, you know, if it does, I can pull it off and just, you know, turn the knob and ooze out some more, right? I don't think I've ever noticed that. In fact, I think I'm guilty of turning it too hard and then I get too much of the putty. Anybody else have the same issue? Okay, because we're cutting now, I'm bringing back my platform number 2. This is a cutting platform that you need on your machine. And then we're going to take number 3 and then we'll put that on top and our other cutting plate on top. Okay, so we've got the sandwich going here. And let's see. Whoops. Knocked over my glue. Good morning, Patty Weed. Thank you for being here. I don't see all of your comments because I'm looking up and down and over, and but I do promise you that I read them all, and I thank you all for your participation here. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to get rid of the garbage and gently pull off that Post-it tape. The tape is so forgiving and gentle. So this is what I wanted. I wanted to get that nice look on the edge there. So we've got like a grassy field, got our circle, and now we're going to go ahead and bring in something else. So did I already cut this? I cut one part. All right, so I'm going to use some basic gray. Hi, Verna. I'm happy you're here too. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So, and Lynn is here. Hello, Lynn. Wow, good to see you all. So we're going to use some basic gray cardstock, and we are going to cut, let me show you, this shape right here. This here looks like a little skewer that you could put the olive on, or a little stir stick, or some kind of a little accent for your drink. And we're also going to bring in this little oval, which is like the olive, right? And we're going to do some die cutting. Okay, so let's cut that one. And I need I'm going to do a double circle. So we just need some scraps. So let's see here. Cut this in half. Got 2. It'll cut through 2. If you've got a die that's just the edge, you can cut through 2 pieces at a time. The dies are strong enough. I've done it many, many times. Okay, so that's going to be cut out. What else do I need? Remember this pattern paper here? I was looking at these rectangles and I turned it this way and I'm like, oh, let's see, can we make a wagon? So I took this die cut here, this big one, and I cut out my tall drink. Now that could be a drink. You could go ahead and put an umbrella in it. You could stamp some blackberries in it. Totally up to you. I want a wagon. So I've already cut this out. I'm going to bring in my snips. I'm going to trim off that edge there, like that. And if you want it rounded on one end, you can do that too. Just do that. Okay, and you can round, because they are kind of rounded. The die itself gives you like a little bit of a rounded edge on the bottom. So this is going to be a wagon. So we need wagon wheels and we need a little pole for our wagon. So that's what these little gray bits are going to be. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see here. All right, so we're putting this on. And I'm not that brave, so I'm gonna make sure that this circle one does not move, and I think that one there is gonna be okay. So let's run that through. You know, we can't just have the cow standing by himself. It's gotta have a wagon, right? If we're doing like animal theme, we gotta build the whole theme. Put a stick on the bottom and it's a popsicle. Popsicle. Yeah, you could do a popsicle. Yes. Yes, yes. We're coming into the summer. Oh, the Mr. Freezies and the popsicles and the slushy treats. So fun. Sundays, milkshakes, blizzards. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be fun. All right. Okay, so let's see here. We've got our pieces. This is gonna be a wagon handle today. We're gonna pretend today. And I want to challenge you to use your dies and you use your stamps in different ways to make them work for what you want them for, right? When you invest in your hobby, you get lots of products that you can play with and come up with new ideas. And I love doing that, especially with punches. Punches are my favorite. All right, so let's pull all this apart and get our two wheels. So these are wheels for the wagon. These are going to be my wheels. They aren't intended to be wheels, but today they're going to be wheels because we're pretending. Okay, so peel off that sticky. Now you could just leave them like that, but I was feeling like I wanted to try a little bit more. So I brought in the olive stamp. So this is the stamp. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I'm just having fun over here. This is the stamp, and I don't want the olive bit, the part where, you know, it could be, what are those olives called that have the red inserted? I forget what they're called. We're going to use the bottom portion. Okay, so we're going to bring in my memento, and we're going to stamp the wheels. Okay, so there we go. For the purpose of the video, you guys know these are olives, but today they're going to be wheels. Okay, so there they are. And we're going to add a little glue to the tops. Little. Tiny bit of glue there, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my wagon handle. And then let's come in here and let's move that. I don't want my wheels that close. We're going to put one there and one there. So you can bring in your wagon and lower that down onto that wheel, and then lower it down onto this wheel. And then make sure you give it time to sit. Stay put. Okay. Then we'll pick up the wagon. Now it's got the wheels attached, and we're going to come over here and just attach the handle for our wagon. This is going to be a farmer's wagon. Okay, so we've got our wagon. We've got a little cow. And now this is going to be the front scene of our card. Okay, so it's going to sit right here. We're going to put the cow on there and the wagon. But first, we need to have kind of like a little bit of a background. So in the stamp set, we've got some sprigs. We got sprigs and we've got florals here. And I thought, oh, they would be fun. Put those in the wagon, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to bring in this sprig right here and this one. I'm going to protect the bottom down here by putting a little bit of Post-it tape. And we're bringing in our memento. And let's see, I'm going to use old olive too. We're going to add sprigs and flowers to the wagon. Maybe that little cow is going over there to look for something to eat from that wagon. So we're just going to stamp this one in green. And then we'll do this one. It's going to be a flower. Let's do a couple of flowers here. There we go. We'll do another green sprig. Old MacDonald was pulling his wagon. Oh, that's going to be covered up. And the cow is coming over being nosy, wondering what's going on. All right, so there we'll add a few more blooms. Okay, whoops, hitting my coffee mug there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the wagon in front. Let's pull off the Post-it note. Don't leave that there. There we go. We've got our wagon full of flowers. That's going to work. But first I want to add some color because, you know, flowers aren't black like that. So let's add some bubble bath to that one. And maybe bubble bath to this one here too. And I'm intentionally going outside of the flower just to add a nice pop of color. This one I'm going to make blackberry. Move my wagon. It's not glued down yet. There we go. So it really doesn't matter if you made any mistakes underneath. I just used the Post-it note to protect the bottom down here more than anything. All right, so let's bring in some liquid glue. I'm going to add liquid glue to this wagon. So fun. You could put this on a scrapbook page, you know, if you're going to put together a scrapbook with your summer activities. Maybe you went to a farm, took your grandchildren to a farm. Maybe you're planning to do some, you know, strawberry picking or something like that. These would be great accents to your scrapbook page, right? Okay, so this is going to go on the front like that, but we need a greeting. So this white space up here from the stamp set, we have cheers, and I really didn't want to use cheers on my cow card because that didn't really seem appropriate, but we've got some smaller greetings here. How about we say, it's your day, right? It's your day. And then that keeps it nice and generic. And then this could be a card for anything. Could be for birthday. This could be a Father's Day card. Why not, right? Could be, you know, it's your day. It's your graduation. It's the day you got your first job. It's your day. Okay, so there we go. We got that stamped up at the top. And we're going to put this onto the front of the card with dimensionals. And then we'll put our little cow in place. Let me grab my dimensionals. Here we go. So we're going to put, I think 4 dimensionals would be fine to hold this up, this big circle. Are you still with me? I'm looking to see if I'm, yep, it still says I'm live, so that's good. Okay, it's your day. It's your day. Okay, so I don't want to cover up too much of the flowers, and I want that embossing to show. So we're going to put that like this. Okay, and then our little cow, he's so cute. He's going to go there. Now, did I put him on with dimensionals? Oh, you know what? I did do his head with a dimensional, but it's okay. You can change it. So my original card, I did put his head on dimensional, but you know what? It's too late now. I don't want to rip them apart. So we're going to use just liquid glue to put him down on the front of this card. Oh, I love this punch. If you don't have the cow punch, oh my gosh, go grab it. You're going to love having this little cow. Go grab the stamp set too. There is a stamp set that goes with it, and you'll get lots of other stamps in addition to the cow. But I wanted to show you how you can use the punch. If you just want to buy the punch, you can use the punch, right? Yeah, and you can put the cow on a wobbler. Exactly. I wanted to give you, I don't know how many wobblers I have left, so I always need to plan my cards because, like, if 10 of you order this week, I want to make sure I have enough supplies to send you. So we're not using wobblers, but if you have wobblers at home, you can make this card with a wobbler once you get my card kit. So if you live in Canada and you spend a minimum of $60 before shipping and tax, and your rewards, if you're using up rewards, great, go ahead and use rewards as long as what you spend, your product purchase is $60. Then you will qualify to get my free card kits. And I do ask that you send me a little note to let me know that you've purchased with me on my online store if you're in Canada and you would like my Celebratory Sips cards. Okay, so this is the inside. So we're saying it's your day on the front. So on the inside, let's say, let's celebrate. We're going to celebrate your day, right? Okay, so we're going to just keep it very simple. We're going to let the cow and the wagon and the flowers be the highlight of the show. So we're going to stamp, let's celebrate. And then let's bring in the sprigs and add a little bit of a pop of color down here. So there's an old olive sprig. And then we'll grab that floral right here with memento. We'll stamp it right there. And then you can, if you got your blends out, you might as well use them, right? So I'm going to bring in my Blackberry Bliss, add a little pop of color. Should probably use the fine tip. And then I can get more control. There we go. We've got blooms and we've got greenery, and we'll just add that to the inside. Are you guys still with me? It's a little bit to this one, but I really wanted to show all of these products to you because they are amazing, right? As we always talk about here, these products are absolutely stunning. Alrighty, use my Glass Mat Studio, the lines, and line it up, keep it straight. Okay, so there's the inside. We need some bling, right? And of course the suite has bling. It has everything you need. So let's bring back the holographic resin dots, and we're gonna, I got ink on my glass mat, so best thing you can do, grab a wipe that up. Okay, so now let's get my lid on my glue, close my ink pad first. Always close your ink pads. Woo! Okay, so we've got our holographic dots, and I'm going to use, there's 3 sizes, which is perfect because you want to use 3 on your card. So we're going to put one, let's put one down here in the grass. We'll grab a medium one to go right there and a small one to go up here. And there we have it. Balances it out. There we go. It's your day. And let's celebrate. So you can use cow cards with drink cards. Why not, right? Let's flip you back around. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. It is animal theme. And you know what? Stampin' Up! Has lots of animals. I mean, I can think of a dozen sets where there's animals that you could play along with this challenge this week, the Global Design Project Challenge. So if you make a card and you post it on any social media platform, make sure you use the hashtag GDP, GDP 498. We're up to 4, is it 498 or 499? I think it's 498. Yeah, 499 is next week, I think. So then I'll post it though. So then you can play along. What is the bundle belonging to the cow? The bundle is called Cutest Cow. Okay. Actually, let me see if I'll grab it from my wall. I have them in alphabetical order. So let me grab that. Cutest Cow. It is no longer bundled, Susan. You do have to buy them separately, but this is the stamp set with the cow. So you can stamp your cows. You can have them, they're pointing in different directions. There's lots of great greetings in this little set. I'm keeping this one for sure. Now this one is the item code. Let me put my glasses on because it's so small. 162892 is the code for the stamp set. Okay, so Cutest Cows. If you type in Cutest Cows, you're going to get the stamp set come up, and you're also going to see the bundle, or sorry, the punch. The punch will be there as well. So grab them both because they coordinate together and they are available. Okay, and they're both on sale. So even better. Alrighty, I hope you liked today's card, and I hope you'll play along with the theme this week. And I hope you'll come back and join me again tomorrow at 9 o'clock Mountain Time for my next video featuring the Celebratory Sips bundle. Suite. I'm going to feature the whole suite. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Bye for now.